Hello, I am Archivist Saren, and welcome to my study. And today, we are back to playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There it is. I was looking through my quests, because I was trying to figure out what we're doing next, and for some reason, I realized that the Nemean Lion is, pretty low level on this list, and I was wondering why. Like, if I remember correctly, which I think I do, isn't the Nemean Lion the one that, Hercules or Heracles, or however you want to pronounce it, isn't that the one that he had to fight? And also the one that had literal invincible skin? Like, its hide was invulnerable? So he had to, didn't he have to, choke the lion? And he had to use, blunt force to kill it? Hi, unknown man. So, why is it that the literal invincible lion is level 22? And then there's other ones above it. Why is the highest level one a hyena? I don't know much about the lore of any mythical hyenas. I know some lore about wolves, not that type of wolf specifically. And also, apparently we have to kill another boar. Which is just... oh boy. That's gonna be fun. Probably not. But, yeah, so... we're not high enough level for the lion yet, luckily. But eventually we'll have to do that. And we'll see how that goes. I don't think I've ever fought a lion in this game yet. I attempted to, but... it was one, a cage. So I didn't really actually get to fight it. I saw it, but... I didn't actually open the gate and let it out. Because I didn't know how tough they are. So hopefully we'll be fine. So we do have a few quests to do. I was thinking we could... because, okay. On one hand, I was thinking we could do these quests. But these are all a bit too high level. But I was also thinking while we were doing those quests, we could do... which one is it? This one, because this one lets you go to multiple different locations and get all of those. So I was thinking I could do this and the animals one at the same time, but I could do this one just to get the fast travel points and then do all the animal ones later. So that's probably what we're gonna do, is we need to find these areas. So we need to go to Attica first. I assume that's the closest one. But of course there's Corinthia, Arcadia, Laconia. So let's see where those all are. I'm not going to remember any of those names for more than 10 seconds. So, well, there's Attica. So that's right close. So we're here. That's there. We could practically swim there. Oh, and there's another... oh. There's another 2 synchronization points here. We should probably get those. Was Andros one? I don't think it was. Where are the rest of all those? Laconia, I believe, was one. Arcadia. So it seems like mainland areas. Corinthia, yeah. So if we... I guess if we go to Attica, and then we could go down through here, and down to here, and then down to here. Lots of exploration, but then we could get all the synchronization points. And it's okay that you missed the Friday stream. You probably didn't miss too much. I just came here and wreaked havoc on this island, essentially. Did a lot of exploring. Which, is a fun part of the game. They make, an absolutely huge world to explore. So I do like running around and really... getting the scale of the world. Standard AC Odyssey experience? Yes. I mean, it's a good part of the game. Oh, hi. Are you gonna try to kill me? Yes, you are, evidently. You know we're in the middle of a town, right? Also, I haven't played in a couple days, so... oh, you have a cat. Or that's just a random cat that just decided that now would be a good time to kill me. It is being kind of an issue right now, though. Get some fire going.
I need water.
You need water as you throw a fireball. Okay, that makes sense. Let's get this thing out of here. Get back here. There we go. Still good at the dodging, though. Their name is Snow Leopard, is probably their cat. Yeah, that's true. But you know, we don't use that logic stuff around here. That's just too logical. But I've been playing a lot of Night Rain over the weekend. Like a ton of it. I have now beaten every single Night Lord that is currently implemented. And it's going quite well. I even have like a first and secondary character that I play. So I kind of have two builds going on, which is great.
Somebody fucking help me.
Oh, got killed by the fire. Unfortunate. Alright, let's keep going. Apparently I discovered the leader. Is this the leader's house or something? Right, we need to be going this way. Slave market, loot stuff. I don't think I'd want to loot stuff at the slave market. Playing modded Minecraft? Ooh, modded Minecraft is nice. Seems like it was a good weekend for both of us. 2 sessions of D&D. That is a lot of D&D for one weekend. I always wanted to get into D&D, but I've only dabbled slightly. I feel like I would be a very good dungeon master. As, you know, I'm a writer, so I think that that would kind of come naturally to me to some degree. But it takes a lot of preparation to get, even to participate in a D&D match, even if you're not the, you know, dungeon master. It's still a lot of work. Alright. Now we just have one more spot to go to on this island, and then we'll start heading to the other island. And I think it would be fastest to just travel here and then run down to it. And then we'll head to the Adrestia and dock it at the mainland. Hairdresser. Can you change your hairstyle in this game? I wouldn't think that you would be able to, because you kind of have like a set character that you play. Also, I always wear a helmet, so it'd make hairstyle a little bit not useful. Not visible, at least. Where am I going? This way. Let's get our horse, even though this place seems very mountainous. There's kind of a path here.
Come on.
All homebrew? That's how I would do it. I was thinking that I would try to make a complete homebrew campaign based off of my own books, which would be incredibly difficult because I would need to make entirely new magic systems and enemies and environments and equipment and lore. I mean, the lore I pretty much already have, and the magic system I would just need to adapt into a gameplay style, but still, it would be incredibly a lot of work because that much homebrew, it would pretty much make it so nothing of the D&D universe would be able to leak through, because my style of fantasy and theirs are very different.
Let's go.
Homebrew is the hardest possible option. Yeah. And that's how I would end up doing it, so that's why it would be a lot of work for me to be a DM. You know? That's... yeesh. And then you've got to, like, fit everybody else's, like, imagination and playstyle into your own storylines, and that is also difficult for me. I'm a very singular person when it comes to imagination, and trying to fit other people's imaginations into it becomes a bit difficult for me. Alright, but since this place is a dock, it looks like I can summon my boat to come here, and then we can go from there. Oh, well, I'll definitely keep it in mind if I ever get around to setting that up. Because, yeah, it would be nice to have some help with that, instead of just going completely on my own. But we should also play more Night Rain sometime, because that was fun. That was, I think we died horribly, didn't we? But it was still fun. It was a good time. And I honestly just, like, can't get enough of the game at this point. Let's call the boat. I don't know how we called the boat. There we go. Alright, and this guy, was it you? Oh, quest completed. Okay, thank you. I think that quest was supposed to be telling me to upgrade the boat, and I already upgraded the boat, so
Ready to set sail?
it just insta-finished the quest for me. Alright, so let's set a waypoint as to where we're going, because we need to go to Attica first. And I guess anywhere will do, because I can't really see any ports on it. Still fairly unknowledgeable. Well, that's actually a good thing. So we can, you know, you can still learn a bit about it. I've kind of gotten to the point, as I said, I beat all the Night Lords, so I know quite a bit about it now. Are these guys going to try to kill me? If they do, I'm going to kill them all and take their loot. It looks like they're wanting to attack me.
Get in position! Fire! Ready! Spear! Archers! Get ready! Shoot!
We are at a disadvantage here.
Now! Get ready to
Are we really at a
fire!
disadvantage?
Don't waste arrows.
I mean, honestly, we take like no damage from these losers.
Throw your spear!
Wait until they are ready.
Alright, and I think we're just gonna ram these
Speed
guys.
up!
Watch it. We've got fire on board.
Do we? I don't see any fire. I think he's lying to us. See, even 3 boats at once.
We're out of danger. Can never get too comfortable.
Not really a problem. I feel like the boat battles are so, you know,
We've reached full speed!
they're so easy. I assume later it'll get harder, but as of now. And I'm just gonna break them down like this so I get more, you know, materials. Upgrade my boat more.
Faster! Lower sail!
And we got our bounty back up. So more bounty hunters are gonna be after us, which is good. We always like bounty hunting.
The Bay of Marathon is it? You know, the battle where a handful of Athenians pushed back the first Persian invasion. The great Themistocles.
Is it that place?
King Darius of Persia.
I'm not sure.
The site where the great Theseus.
Get ready to fight!
Yeah, you can tell me the history lesson later, my man. We got bandits.
Spear volley! Fire the volley! Arrows at the ready!
We need to get back in position. They are headed straight for us.
Archers to the front! Rowers, go!
Man, they really like
Keep up
ramming,
the
don't they?
speed! Loose arrow! Spears at the...
are they still alive?
Increase speed.
Alright, these pirates actually seem decently tough. Because they're the first ones that have actually
Head for open water.
given us any trouble.
More speed. Archers. Attack with your spears.
Well, it's good to see that the boats actually do scale up.
Ready yourselves. Slow the ship. Attack. Bows ready. Prepare to board. Follow
Pretty
me and
undercooked,
make
yeah.
their way.
That is fair, but I still like it. And it isn't really like a major portion of the game, so it makes sense that it wouldn't be like super intricately thought out. Yeah, that guy's a lot of HP. Not anymore, he doesn't. Alright. Oh, hey, Odyssey. How's it going? There we go. Grab their loot. Just a small boat, though. Not enough loot for anything significant. But we got our health back, so we can... Oh, hi. You're just waiting for me, huh?
Ready, go. More oars.
Let's see if we can't spin about.
Archers, take your marks. Now. Hit them with your spears. Onward. Ramming speed. Loosen. Now the spear.
Alright, easy enough.
Well, we got out of that alive. Some
Get wrecked.
Let's go.
Oh, and of course... Oh, hi. Bounty hunting ship. Okay, that's actually really cool.
Release now.
there's fire.
Faster.
Can I break the ship that way? No. Unfortunate.
Ready arrows.
How do we have 3 archers now? Did I always have 3 archers? I don't think they're heading right at us.
Archers. Throw spears. Archers, take your marks.
Alright, well, let's obliterate this ship real quick.
Woo! Feel that wind.
And then let's go board this loser.
With me. Let's board.
I love that the
vessel.
mercenaries can get you on the sea as well. Let's get rid of the other guys. Because, you know, you don't want a peanut gallery watching you as you try to fight a mercenary. And these guys are lower level than the pirates, which is kind of sad for them. The only time they get to save their lives when she's happy is mid-combat. It's true. Alright, lieutenants, you're gonna have to deal with everyone else. I've got the mercenary. never mind. I also got this guy, apparently.
I've trained for
You've got a lot of HP. Ow. Where are you going? Oh, hi, Lieutenants. How's it going? Get out of my way. Trying to kill the guy here. A lot easier. Alright. Now let's get to where we're trying to go. Oh boy, new mercenary discovered. I hope that was from a mercenary hint on the person's body and not because they're coming to kill me. Okay, thank you. Yeah, the ship was not giving me enough time to loot. Alright. Let's continue on to where we're trying to go. We need to find a port, probably. I guess, do we have to? I guess we could just leave it off the coast of the island. That would probably be fine. We'll just call it to a port once we find one on land. So that's what I'm gonna do.
debris in the water.
Alright, let's stop right over here. Because realistically,
Commander's left the helm.
you would not want to go into this lighter water in such a large ship. We'll just swim. Because yeah, that kind of a ship, especially with the sail, would have a big old counterweight. I think that's what the keel is the big counterweight underneath the mast. So you wouldn't want to go into any kind of place that is very shallow, because you have that big thing sticking down underneath your boat trying to counteract the weight of the mast. Land of Lost Dreams, you say? Well, let's see. Is that the only synchronization point in the place? I mean, it's the only place we have on the map right now, so let's just plan to head there. Get our horse in here.
Vamos, let's go.
My dad did live on a boat back in the day, and he's actually planning to move back on to living on a boat pretty soon here. I think he just did a move to like move his stuff from the RV that they were living in over to a boat. So I do know a bit about them.
Rival those of Marathon.
You know, just because if you're living on one for a bit, you kind of pick some stuff up. Also, my brother is in the Navy, but that doesn't mean that I learned much about it from him. So let's see, still no synchronization points. I'm just gonna check the map every so often to make sure that none have popped up any closer. Because, yeah, this is a lot of... I mean, there was, like, 5 different synchronization points on that one little island. I can't imagine this entire landmass only has the one spot that you can teleport to. That seems a little... odd. Alright, let's head up the mountain, because these synchronization points are always high up. At least, usually. Whereas it might be on the next mountain over. Yeah, it looks to be. Let's just check the map again. Still kind of in the same region, and no extra sync points, so let's just keep moving. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, because when I got to the island, I managed to get all 3 of the synchronization points that I saw on the map. And then after that, there were still 2 more I hadn't gotten that just kind of popped up. So maybe they only come available after synchronizing with the other points. I'm not sure. But either way, we want all of them. I'm also going to grab all this loot as we go through. Look at the map again. Yeah, no. And this is actually in this region, it looks like. Not in this region. So we'll have to see what we can see once we get this. But we know there is a synchronization point in Attica, because the quest specifically tells us to synchronize there. So... You know, this kind of reminds me, for some reason, of that one video series that I remember seeing briefly when I was playing Daggerfall. You know, the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. And it was the video series of this guy who played all of Daggerfall without fast traveling. And he just rode around on the horse for like literally hours and hours, like 9 hours straight, to get from one place to another, because the open world is just so immense that it takes many hours if you don't fast travel. So that is always fun. But this reminded me of it just because we're riding on our horse many hours to get to places. You know, it hasn't even been an hour yet, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, and the game is very old and with very impressive, you know, map technology going on. Although it was very empty. I mean, it's not like they filled up that entire space, but at the same time, it is still very impressive how they managed to do that. So let's just head straight into the middle of this region.
Move.
Which would be this way. And let's just see if we can get some good exploration going. Figure out where stuff is. No way they could have built it. Yeah, no. They, as far as I heard from estimations about the size of the map, is that it was approximately the size of, like, Europe in actual in-game land space. So, yeah, it would be physically impossible for them to have filled that space entirely. However, they did get pretty close with the randomization settings that they had, because they made it so that a lot of quests and locations are all randomly generated.
They'll keep a sharp watch.
Who's trying to kill me?
Come on.
Probably doesn't matter. We'll come back to this later. Right now we're getting the synchronization points. Let's check the map again. Still nothing. Even though this is like a town here.
Ella.
Because that is a message board, but... Let's just keep heading towards the center of the region. Hope for the best. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I still haven't played Arena, because I believe Daggerfall is the second Elder Scrolls game, and I played all the way from Skyrim backwards to Daggerfall. But then I haven't streamed Arena yet, mainly because I'm kind of worried. Because it's a very long game. I think people said that it can take like 40 hours to complete the full main story. And it's incredibly old. Like, it is the first Elder Scrolls game, so of course it is going to be very janky. And even people who were, like, watching me play Daggerfall were warning me about Arena. They're just like, oh yeah, that's a tough one. Maybe you shouldn't do that. But I still need to do it eventually. Is there no way around this camp? Aside from huge detours? That is unfortunate. But, you know, it's illegal to ride our horse, so we can't get too close to the camp or they'll try to arrest us. And by arrest, I mean kill. Because they don't really... This isn't Skyrim where they're just like, stop, you violated the law. No, they literally just kill you. Also, I think this just so happens to be in the middle of their camp. So that's unfortunate. But is there really no synchronization points in any of these towns? I mean, Greater Athens. There's a lot of locations in there. Is this a town? And not... It's a Spartan camp. Let's just get off the horse real quick. Just go a bit closer. Yeah, no, it is a place that is contested territory. But it looked like there was a town here. Yeah, okay, so the camp was just surrounding that part of the town. But over here is the main town. And it's Athens, and apparently it's under siege. But there's gotta be a synchronization point in here somewhere, right? I mean, where would a statue of Athena be other than in Athens? Is that the statue? That looks like a statue. Let me just break into the city real quick, don't mind me. Now that reminds me of Daggerfall. Where you just, you know, you're too tired to find the main gate, so you just climb up over the wall. I did that a lot. And there's the synchronization point. It's this direction. I don't think I ever went here on my other save file. Yeah, that is definitely a statue of Athena. A very big, very impressive statue. Am I gonna have to stand on the spear?
Hey,
Oh, hi.
you can't be here, Mistios.
The watch will be vigilant.
I did leave. They were kind of directly in my way, though, which is unfortunate. Close to my target. Are you talking about that guy? Eh. He won't bother us. Even if he does, we'll just kill him. Let's just climb up the side here. Gotta get to that statue. And you know, apparently rock climbing is our passion. Alright. And then up here. Lots of statues. These Greeks love their statues, don't they? I can't really blame them.
A testament to humankind's skill.
Big
and
statue.
craftsmanship.
Alright. You know, nowadays, this wouldn't fly. Nowadays, they'd be like, oh, you want to climb, like, the friggin' Statue of Liberty? No, thank you. You can't do that. But, you know, back in these days, apparently, they're just like, nah. You wanna climb the Statue of Athena?
Here
Sure.
we are.
Be our guest. Alright. Glad I don't have to stand on the spear, because that sounds like it would be painful.
A papyrus. Says it was written by Themistocles, the Athenian general.
Huh. Alright then. Now, where would the next location be? Because it still doesn't show us any other synchronization points in this place. But I think Corinthia is the next one. Corinth? Alright. Well, let's head that direction, approximately. We probably don't want to cross the water, so we'll probably just have to go across the land. So let's fast travel out to here. Because Megadis is closer. But you know, I have been considering some stuff, specifically about like the idea of filling an entire game that is the size of, you know, Europe. I was thinking that in the afterlife, if, you know, there's a lot of different theories and lore as to what heaven is supposed to look like, but for me, I'm gonna be very disappointed if Asheron's Call isn't in heaven, you know? Like, it wouldn't be heaven without some Asheron's Call. And if it does have Asheron's Call, then it... Oh, I can talk to this guy while I'm here, because I did see one of the spots. But it's like, you gotta be able to have, like, infinite content, because, I mean, it's heaven, you know? It's gotta have infinite different stuff, and so I think that would be kind of amazing, is if I just got to play Asheron's Call for all eternity, and I never run out of new content to see. Because that would be great. I would play that all the time for the rest of my life.
I could hear your footsteps. Welcome back.
Why, thanks. I saw a statue. Oh, he doesn't actually let me talk about it. Because he told me, anytime I see one of the spots, come back and talk to him. And I thought, you know, while I was here, I might as well tell him about the spot that I just saw. See?
Please return.
That's what he just said. But, you know, he doesn't really mean that, evidently. He wants me to see all the locations first. Alright, we're heading way far that away. So that's gonna be... Ugh. Yeah, and I mean, it is biblical to say that, because it says that God is preparing a place for each of us, which is kind of indicative that heaven is a very personalized situation, that we have our own little slice of heaven for ourselves. And if that is true, then Asheron's Call will definitely be a part of it for me. Hi, dude. Do you want to kill me? Evidently not. So that would be very good. I would enjoy that, but, you know, I'll have to die to figure out how that exactly all plays out. And we'll just have to see. That is kind of the unfortunate part about heaven, is you don't really have any reliable information on it until you get there. And then you can't really just send a postcard home and tell people about it. But it would be nice to know, like, very exactly what the whole thing's like. Also, I have a feeling that's a synchronization point up there. So that's where we're going. You don't know, Asheron's Call. It was one of the first MMOs to ever be developed. It came out, I think, a few months after the first EverQuest. So, if that gives you any indication as to how old it is. And actually, it was in development before EverQuest. So it was the first, not the first MMO, but one of the first 3D MMOs to ever be in development. So very old, very classic game. It ran for about, I think, 20-something years. Maybe up to 20 years. And because it shut down around 2017. But as of now, you can still access it through emulators and stuff of that sort. That's how I always play it now. And it's my favorite game, hands down. Does this have a synchronizer? It does. I'll stop here real quick.
Corinth, the city of pots, prostitutes, and not much else.
But it's a very, very good game. It's kind of niche, I would say.
Should try to stay out of sight.
Some people probably wouldn't like it that much, but for me, it's like, I don't know if it's the nostalgia. Oh, hi. There's apparently people I could kill here, which is probably not a good idea, because this is the middle of a city. But yeah, very good game. It did have a sequel, which was Ashram's Call 2, which was never very popular. I tried playing it. It was not... It did not suit my needs as, you know, an Ashram's Call connoisseur. It was way too different. Yeah, the emulators, there are probably... I know there's two major types of emulator, and there are numerous different servers that are keeping the game alive. And personally, I made my own server, which was a little complicated, but, you know, you just follow some tutorials and have a basic understanding of how server maintenance works, and then you can set up your own Ashram's Call server. And the best part about that, go up the stairs. The best part about that is that then you get no lag, you know? It's like an MMO where you're connecting to your own computer through the server instead of to some place like thousands of miles away. So you get like a couple milliseconds of connection lag, which is very, very nice. And yeah, I could help you get it set up, and we could go play on my server at some point. That would be a lot of fun. Because the only reason I don't play it more often is that I don't have a ton of people to play it with, you know? And that's my main issue, is, you know, I do sometimes play on a different server called Levistras, and that server is very good, but I do get, like, connectivity issues and stuff on there, so I do still prefer to play on my own server, but I'm the only one that plays on that server, because it's my own, you know, I host it, and nobody else has access to it, unless I give them my IP, so I can't really have it publicly available right now. But someday, if I become a big streamer, and maybe bring some attention back to Ashram's Call, then maybe I'll open up my own public server for it, which would be kind of cool. Is this place public? Can I just waltz in here? Evidently so. Okay, good. Because this is where the synchronization point is. You know, I like how everyone speaks English when I talk to them, but then all the random NPCs talking in the background all are speaking, I assume, Greek. Yeah. Oh, this place is contested.
I should stay hidden if
Interesting.
I don't want to fight.
I kind of assumed none of the... Oh no, it's just that. Okay, good. I was gonna say, I assumed none of the synchronization points would be in contested areas, but so far that holds true still. But yeah, the game is not that taxing on the computer, since it was able to be played like decades ago on the PC of that time, so...
This looks like the place.
Alright, another synchronization. It is kind of relaxing just riding around, getting all these points. Not having to, like, fight anyone, break into anywhere, deal with politics. You just kind
A
of...
note. Written by Themistocles.
Huh.
Who knew the great general was also a poet?
Evidently, there's notes at each place we visit. So we need Arcadia, which is here, and Laconia, which is here. So, let's put down a marker. Thank you. Let's continue our tour of the entire Greek world. Ouch. Alright, we can get down out of this temple area before getting our horse out. Oh, this is the not good place. Interesting.
Come back and fight!
I thought that was the gate to the place with this, but no, that's the gate to the fort. And he's trying to attack us even without a horse. He must have seen us on our horse before and is still angry about it. Because, you know, everyone knows the horses are illegal. That's the only reason people attack you in this game. So let's get down this mountain before getting the horse out, because this does not look like it would be pleasant for the horse to traverse. And now that I know that fall damage isn't lethal, I don't have to worry about jumping off of mountains. Alright, this looks flat enough. Don't mind the boar, it's fine. Alright, so do we know anything about this region? Not really, but there's a road here, so we'll just follow that. I think it was, yeah, Z to follow the road. Apparently E to go to the map marker. Alright, we have automated the system. Don't run over that guy. The horse almost ran over that guy. Come on, horse. You're better than that. Welcome back, unknown man. We're still riding off into the sunset. Well, into the twilight, I guess. Why was that guy just moaning? Yeah, and this horse is not good at dodging people. Let's manually control this so we don't run people down. Also, let's check the map again. No synchronization points visible. There's something there. I don't know if that's a synchronization point or if it's just another random spot. That might just be a fort. Yeah. Military camp. No good. You know, we're kind of a menace, or at least people think we're kind of a menace.
They call Arcadia the breadbasket of the Peloponnesian League. Wheat's the most precious resource in the Greek world.
Wheat was a staple of, you know, eating for thousands of years. Kind of still is. But, you know, back in the ancient and medieval lands, in that era, you had bread as, like, very much a staple of everyone's diets. Because it was easily produced and delicious and nutritious. So, of course, everyone would have a lot of it. So it makes sense that a place that produces a lot of wheat would be very popular for that. Alright, well, I'm just heading towards a kind of random spot in the middle of this place. I assume that's a big building there. Maybe we should head there. Maybe that's a synchronization point. I don't know. I don't know how close you have to get before the game tells you what is and isn't. Oh, there's one. This place is very empty. Only a few people around.
Animals outnumber people 3 to 1 in the year. Better watch out for predators.
I guess that explains why there's so few people. Because they're, you know, the farming area, I guess. Or I guess ranching would be the word for it, because it's animals and not plants. Hello. Excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, horses are not good for going upstairs. Oh, I got some scaffolding up here. Alright, let's synchronize here. Hopefully that unlocks us some other stuff. I don't know why we're synchronizing here and not up on that other temple up on the hill. That seems to be higher up. But, you know, it's fine, I guess. Because, yeah, that up there seems like a lot better of a synchronization point. But we're just going to ignore it. So let's see. Map. Any other points of interest here? Not really. But we need to find one in Arcadia. This is the Armored Bird. Where is that exactly? What is that? It doesn't really tell us anything else except for the major region that it's in. And this is a different place. So there's this region here, and then all of these areas down here that we could explore. Come on, horsey. We have a lot of running around to do. Yeah, lots of people over here. Alright, now what direction are we moving? I think it would be smartest to probably just head out towards this end of the region. Because there's got to be some synchronization points over by the water. Right? Because there's always the naval towns by the water, and those should have synchronization points in them, I would assume. So let's just head that direction and hope we run into wherever we're trying to go along the way. Because I have no idea where the Armored Bird is, or what that even is. It sounds fancy. But it also kind of sounds like an enemy, so I don't know how we're going to synchronize with an enemy, but we'll figure it out. It's probably a statue of some kind. So just keep looking around to make sure no synchronization points pop up on the radar. Oh, hi, bear. We're just gonna ride past, because that's not our problem. We have places to be. Let's check the map again. Still not out of the same region, so that doesn't help us. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like fast travel points pop up as unknown locations. It seems they always pop up as a fast travel point if you're in the right area to see it. I think. I don't know. That's what it seems like. It also seems like there should be a lot more of them. Like up there. That seems like a synchronization point, so we're gonna head towards it. I mean, look at that. That is way high up. So let's try to scale the mountain up towards it and see if... Yeah, see, we just had to get closer to it and then it pops up. Is this the Armored Bird that I've heard so much about? And by heard so much, I mean I read the name of it. Let's just climb up the mountain, because... Oh, hi. Oh, it's actually not even here. Interesting. It's over this way. On that mountain? But yeah, let's get the horse again, because this is all kind of downhill. Get back
Time
here.
for a ride.
Oh boy, a zip line. I'm sure that could only go well. Alright, well, we're here. So let's head on up. And then after this, we only have one more, if this is the right spot, which I don't think it is. Get under the, okay, thank you. You're just doing a little shuffle there. Yeah, I don't think this is the armored bird. I mean, how would this be an armored bird? It doesn't look much like it. It looks like an abandoned fort, if anything. So we still need more. I assume over here? I mean, there's a town here. So I assume here or up here would have a synchronization point somewhere. There's a port town down here. So I guess let's hit this area and then head up north through all these and just see if there's any spots in there. Alright, come on, horsey. Let's ride downhill. But one of my favorite things about Astron's Call, which, you know, I could probably talk about Astron's Call for probably 5 hours straight, but I probably won't because that sounds like it would get annoying. But probably my favorite thing about it is how freeform it is when it comes to like building your character. Because like other MMOs like EverQuest or World of Warcraft or stuff such as that, they have like classes, and Astron's Call doesn't really have that. Is there any synchronization point here? I don't see any. We'll move closer in. And so the way that you make your character is you basically just have XP and skill credits, and you get those as you get a certain amount from the start, and then you get them as you level up, and you can use those to learn any skill you wanted. So you could get like, you could be a complete idiot and get like both light weapons and heavy weapons and level them both up individually. It's not efficient, but you could, you know? You could be a melee character with all the magic skills that allow you to buff yourself. I do that sometimes when I'm on a server alone and there aren't any like buff bots or anything. Am I going the right way? I was just heading towards the marker. Okay, it's to the right here, but apparently that's a fort. And that is way up there, and no synchronization point in sight with that. So maybe it's not here, the thing that we're needing. But yeah, you definitely have a lot of freedom when it comes to how you build your character. Of course, there is like the meta and the just smart ways to build your character. Like, if you get any kind of magic skill, it is common sense to also get mana conversion, because otherwise all of your spells are going to take way too much mana because you have no mana conversion for it. You think that's a synchronization point? Probably not, right? Alright, well, the place here wasn't it, so I guess we're heading down this way? But yeah, aside from that, you can do pretty much anything you want. You can do dual wield, you could do two-handed weapon, you could do light, heavy, or finesse weapons, you can have a shield. All fun stuff. What kinds of magic? Well, the magic is pretty interesting in that you have... Let's see. You have... I should probably keep moving. Well, you have war magic, which is the original offensive magic variant, and that allows you to do elemental spells like fire, frost, lightning, acid. That's another elemental thing, and then of course your physical elements like bludgeoning, slashing, piercing. So that's what war magic does for you. But then you have void magic, which was added more recently, and that is a different offensive magic school that allows you to use a special damage type called void damage, and that has no real defense against it. So you don't have to worry about like enemies' different strengths or weaknesses, which is both good and bad. Because as a war mage, if you know the enemy's like weakness, then you can do a lot more damage than even a void mage can do. But void mages do consistent damage to pretty much everything. They also get special debuffs like drain spells that, you know, put a damage over time on the enemy, and weakening spells. They're kind of like a warlock from WoW in that way. Artemis's hunting ground.
Looks dangerous.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good for me.
Be careful.
Is that all Artemis's hunting ground down here? Yeah, it seems like it, and there's no synchronization point here. So maybe up here, maybe up here, maybe that. But we're gonna check this corner down here first. Yeah, and then, of course, those are only the two offensive magic types, but there's also defensive and like buffing magic types. So you got creature enchantment, which helps buff your base stats, like you know, your skills, your attributes, stuff like that. You know, focus, endurance, stealth, strength, coordination, quickness, and all your like main weapon skills and other stuff such as that. So creature magic, very important. Then you also have item magic, which can buff armor and weapons and debuff enemies' armor and weapons. And item magic also has portal magic tied into it. So that allows you to tie to certain portals around the world, and that allows you to teleport and like set almost like a Hearthstone, where you can just kind of set it at any portal and then teleport back there later. And so that is also very important. Most mages would get one offensive magic type and then all of the non-offensive magic types, so they can do all their buffing and everything. What else is there? And then there's life magic. Life magic is very important in that it gives you your elemental resistance buffs. So you're able to essentially buff yourself so that you get a certain percentage, you take a certain percentage less magic, like elemental damage from any of the elements, and that is very important. Also, as the name might suggest, life magic is the one that has all the healing, so it helps you heal and drain health, stamina, and mana to or from enemies, so it is very important as well. Yeah, and actually, it isn't even multi-classing to do that. As I was saying, most mages do a variety. Let's try going here. That looks like that might have something. Or maybe here? Let's try going here. Still trying to find the synchronization point, which gives me plenty of time to chat. But, yeah, so essentially, you always want to have multiple magic types, unless you're like a melee person. Pretty much every melee person has item magic, just so they can teleport. And then most mages will also have all of the different magic types, so they can do a full repertoire of buffs for themselves and their allies. And yeah, so that's pretty efficient. Although it is very niche to multi-class in the way that you could have like melee or ranged skills along with all the magic skills. Like on my server, my main character was a two-handed character, and I actually put all the magic skills on that two-handed character, even though they were mainly a melee character. And it worked out well. And that was just because I didn't have anyone else playing with me. So I kind of had to just figure it out as I went. And had to make it so I could buff myself throughout the whole game. So that's what I did. And it worked rather well. Though it really strained the skill credits that I had on my character to be able to do that. But if you plan out the build quite efficiently, you get a lot of different skills that you can acquire throughout the game. Including things like cooking and other secondary profession-like things, which for any melee, cooking is incredibly important. Because you can make food to like get your health, stamina, and mana back, so you don't actually have to use life magic to do it. So there's a lot of nuance to it, and then there's like lockpicking, alchemy, stuff such as that. There's also ranged characters, so you know you don't only just have melee and magic, but you also have ranged weapons. Is there a cap on skill points? Yes. So you only get skill points once every certain number of levels. And you get them a lot faster at the start, and then as you keep going through the game, you start getting them less and less and less, because, you know, as you get further into the game, your build should be pretty much finalized, so they only give you a few in the late game. But it is pretty generous with them. As I said, I had a melee character who had, you know, healing skill, which is like first aid, and item magic, creature magic, life magic, mana conversion, two-handed combat, melee defense, magic defense, all the works. So you can really specialize in a lot of things. And you can respec characters. That's something that's really cool and unique about the game, is that, you know, like in WoW, you start as, you know, a hunter, and you're only ever a hunter. You can do some special things with your spec about, you know, where you put your points and everything, but all in all, you're a hunter and nothing else. But in Asheron's Call, I had a melee character back when the game was still live. His name was Ringo. And at a certain point, they changed from having, like, mace skill as one of your skills to just finesse light and heavy weapons. And that made it so all my melee weapons were then, like, different types of melee weapon. So I wasn't able to use half of them, or 2/3 of them, as it were. So what I did is I spent, like, just a couple weeks, because there is, like, a weekly limit on how much respecking you can do. But it only took a couple weeks of just kind of logging in once a week and going to a place. But there's a place called the Temple of Forgetfulness and a place called the Temple of Enlightenment. And if you go between those, you can unlearn all the skills that you learned at the Temple of Forgetfulness and relearn and re-specialize things at the Temple of Enlightenment. And so between the two of those, I was able to switch a melee character entirely into a ranged character. And that is like a huge change of character type. So you can do pretty much anything with that. Also, this is still not the armored bird. Where's the bird? We've got 3 things here. I mean, there's a mountain here. I'm gonna check if that has a sync point, because that looks to be very high up. But what was that? What was I talking about exactly? I think just respecking. So yeah, you can do anything you want with characters. You could even get a character to max level and then respec them to be something completely different at that point. So it's very freeform, and I like that, because you're never like locked into a specific thing. Because like in WoW, they make you pay. They're just like, oh, you want your hunter to be a warlock now? Pay us like $10 and we'll do it for you. But in Asheron's Call, they're like, no microtransactions. Just walk halfway across the world, talk to a certain stone head, keep talking to him until he says Shurov, then hand him a comfrey leaf, and then he'll let you in, and then you gotta go all right or all left, and then you get to the, you know, point that you can do it. Small respect? Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry too much about small respecs at all. You can also change base attributes. So when you make your character, you can invest a certain number of attribute points right from the start, and you can also switch those at any time at those temples of enlightenment and forgetfulness. So it's very nice. I like it very much. It's my favorite game, partially because you're able to do that. Though I don't use it that often. I mainly do it for smaller things like, oh, I forgot to specialize shield skill. Let me go to the Temple of Enlightenment and do that. Oh, there's a point up that way. I kind of zoned out for a bit, but I've been like watching the mini-map up there, the little radar, to see if these synchronization points... Oh, now that does look like an armored bird. We found it. And also, I hope you like,
This is it.
I hope you like puzzles, because... Oh, there's loot. Because in Asheron's Call, every single dungeon is like a maze, you know? Every single one, and they're all unique. So, I have a number of dungeons completely memorized in my brain hole, because I played the game since I was a baby, you know? There's literally a picture of me somewhere playing Asheron's Call while I was standing on top of a chair because I was too short to actually reach the controls. So, how's the in-game lore? The lore is actually really interesting. Well, let's see. We need to set another waypoint so I can rant while heading in that direction. Oh, and that place is high level. Well, we'll get there. Oh, I should probably fast travel closer, because that is a long ways to run. But the lore is very interesting. A short breakdown would be that Acheron, the guy that the game is named after, he's what is called an Empyrean, and they lived on a certain planet that was very advanced, and he started meddling in portal magic. So he was developing it, he made a bunch of portals, and what ended up happening is that these portals accidentally opened a portal to the Ulthoi homeworld. And the Ulthoi are essentially these half insect, well, not half insect, they are insects. They're these big insect xenomorph type things. They're kind of terrifying. And these insects ended up taking over Acheron's entire planet. And they pretty much destroyed it, turned it into one giant hive. And that is why Acheron did one final, like, big show of power and ended up teleporting all of the Empyreans into portal space, and like a bunch of other portals appeared in a bunch of other worlds. And that is how you end up getting to Dareth. And Dareth is where the main game of Asheron's Call takes place, because you, as the player, ended up walking through a portal that just appeared maybe in your backyard or something on your homeworld. And so you go through this portal, and then you find yourself on another planet on the continent, which it's actually an island, really. The island of Dareth. And that's where the entire game takes place, is on this one island. And so all these different creatures and peoples, like there's Alluvians, Garundum, and what other ones? Alluvian, Garundum, Sho, Viamontian, Lugians, all sorts of different creatures and species and races of people that were all taken from their own worlds and brought to Dareth. And so there's all these different, like, wars happening because, the Viamontians got there and decided to conquer everything. There's a lot of lore about that. And so the different people groups are kind of against each other in some ways. And there's a bunch of enemies from all different worlds, alien-looking enemies like the Madakars that have 3 legs, which actually Madakars, fun lore tip, the Madakars and reed sharks, all the 3-legged creatures in the game, I believe are actually natural residents of Dareth. But pretty much everything else got imported by Ashron's wild portaling. So that's why it's called Ashron's Call, is because the portals that everyone went through were Ashron's doing. It's like he was calling them to Dareth for something. So it's a very interesting game lore-wise. It goes pretty deep. That was just a basic synopsis of, you know, essentially what the opening cutscenes will tell you about the lore. And you do actually go off-world in one quest chain, as far as I know. Is this where I need to be? It is not. But we'll grab this anyway. But there is one quest line where you go to the world of Burr, and that is where the Burren are from. And it's a very interesting quest line, because it's, I believe, the only quest line that you go off-planet for. So, very cool stuff. And as I was saying, if I go to heaven and there is no infinite Ashron's Call with infinite new content and like every continent is explorable and is filled with quests, I'm gonna be disappointed, you know? Because that's the game that I want to play for all eternity. Oh, also, the max level is level 275. So, and those levels are not so easy to get. You know, they're not like throwing levels at you past, I don't know, level 50 or so. That's when things start to get a bit more sluggish. Up there looks like a good spot to check out. We gotta jump off this first. Ow, my leg bones. Alright, let's head that way. And let's call the horse in here. Where's my horse? Oh, it's climbing the mountain over there. Okay. Get back here, horse. The horse. Cooperate with me. Alright. This place is a little crowded. I wonder what I'm gonna do after I'm done exploring all these places. I've just been ranting and exploring for the last hour and a half, so it's I'm now having to start to consider what I'm actually gonna do for the rest of the stream after I finish the exploring, because this is all I signed up to do thus far. But we'll figure that out once we get there. But the game was very cool back when it was actually live. The lore was constantly expanding because they had updates every month without fail that would add new quests, new stuff, everything like that. Is Thwarg Launcher? Yes, you need... I don't know if you necessarily need Thwarg Launcher, but it is almost essential for getting different servers and everything set up and logged into. So you'll definitely want that. Also, there is, after the stream, I'll try to send you a link that is to a place called Tree Stats, and that site has a few. Go up the hill. Cooperate with me, horsey. But yeah, that site has a few downloads that help in certain circumstances, because it is an old game. And sometimes you need old software that is no longer really available to run it. And Tree Stats, like certain errors that pop up, you can go to Tree Stats and get... Oh, there's the overlook. Nice. We're close. And get those different downloads for those certain issues. So after the stream, I'll help you get that figured out, depending on what errors pop up after you've gotten the game downloaded. The game also needs to not be full screened, which is unfortunate. I have it pretty much like windowed full screen, you know, where it's like it still fills up the entire screen if you set the resolution right, but it can't be an actual like full screen application or it breaks, which is unfortunate. Although kind of fortunate because there is a bug, a really funny bug, where if you alt tab while the game is full screened and then tab back in, all of your armor and clothing will look gray. I don't know why. It just decolors all of your clothing, and you need to take off a piece of armor and put it back on to reset it. So I never knew why it did that, but that was like a consistent bug for the entire lifespan of the game, and still is a bug in the emulators. So,
I'm here.
pretty funny. But I don't see that anymore because you can't full screen it, so. But alright, we finished the quest and got all the synchronization points along the way. Which is good, because now we can teleport like halfway across the map. Alright, let's head back to the guy. Who would be here. No, don't mark it. Go back there. That was a lot of exploring. But yeah, a cleric character would definitely be possible. You could even have a character that doesn't even have an offensive magic type, because life magic, as I said, it has drains. So you could have an entire character whose entire offensive capability is debuffing enemies and draining the health from them, which works pretty efficiently. You know, not on their own. You need other people supporting them, but it's good enough offensive capability for a support character. So that's always nice. And then what kind of character do you think you would want to make? Because, you know, as I said, there's... Where did I... Oh, I jumped to that. There we go. I was like, where's the pile of something? But yeah, there's melee magic and missile that you can spec into, so be thinking on which one of those you want to
I could hear your
go into.
footsteps. Welcome back.
I've finished your quest. Do I have to ask him where these things
What do you know
Oh,
about the statue of Zeus?
Its great bold stood ready to punish the Kephalonians below. Or so I was told.
I've
saw it.
seen Kefalonia.
I live
from
there.
The statue of Zeus.
Tell me, is it still a place of great beauty?
Yes, the island
I'm not
is
gonna lie to
beautiful.
him.
From the statue of Zeus, you can see the sea hitting the white beaches and the mountains covered in green. But its people suffer because of the war.
Ah, just how it was described to me. The gods simultaneously bless the land and curse the people. Even for gods, your gods are cruel, Miss Theos.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've told you what I remember. Now tell me about yourself. What's a Persian doing here?
Persia and the Greek world are doomed to be opposites. In times of prosperity here, Persians always seem to suffer. And when you're at war with yourselves...
Persians know peace?
Indeed. My people prospered after King Xerxes was murdered. All except for me. A man tried to kill me with poison, which is how I lost my sight.
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
fled and arrived here.
I mean, I don't know who would want him dead, but I also don't know him well enough to, you know, say that no one would want him dead. But this sounds like I'm gonna try to kill him for the money, so...
I find it hard to believe anyone would want you dead.
You're very kind. Tell me another tale, then I'll tell you more of my past.
Alright, well, I've got plenty.
There are many statues to Athena. Which one do you mean?
In my mind, there is only one. Historiolis began. As we rounded the hilltops, we could see Athens bustling below us, and Athena above, matching our gaze.
So the one in
You'll
Athens.
be glad to
That's
know
where we've been.
I've been to the statue of Athena at the Acropolis.
Ah, if only I could have been there to feel her presence. Would you describe her to me?
Is it better to lie? I don't think that it would
If
be.
Athens is a city of statues, then Athena is their guardian. She stands high above everything, on guard over the city.
Yes, not just standing tall to protect Athens, but to serve as a reminder of the suffering those poor people endured during the invasion.
Your turn to tell me something. You said a man tried to kill you.
The man who rose up to kill the tyrant Xerxes was named Darius. He was of a new creed of killers, unlike any
Creed.
Persia had known. He was also the
It's part of
man
the name of the game.
hired to kill me.
A killer of kings? Hired to kill a simple blind man? Why?
I have your interest, do I? Tell another tale, and I will too.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's good that you got it all set up. Hopefully, whenever we try to play that, hopefully soon, you know, I'd be down to play that anytime. But hopefully it doesn't have too many errors when we try to boot it up the first time. Because it can. And did you get decal or no? Because decal is very useful if you're going to be playing it alone at all. But if we're just playing it together, we could probably just use my decal for that stuff. It's like a system of macros and stuff like that you know, it gives you a more detailed map. It gives you an arrow that points where you need to go and stuff like that. It helps you find your way around a lot easier.
The Acrocorinth? Don't tell me. It's in Corinthia.
Smart guess. It is the most renowned temple to Aphrodite, your goddess of all life's most pleasurable trivialities.
Yeah, I've seen it.
traveled to the Acrocorinth. From there, I could see all of Corinthia.
Ah, I can only wonder at what the worshippers of Aphrodite do to pay her tribute.
Well, I never went into the temple. I just looked at the place from above. And you don't need to get decal because it is probably the more confusing part of the download. But if you wanted to try, you definitely could. It should be in the same tutorial. After getting the base game set up, it should tell you how to get decal set up if you were at the website that I was, that I usually go to for that.
The Atera keep the spirit of Aphrodite alive, usually well into the night.
Exactly as your goddess deserves. When I was younger, I'd lie awake dreaming of what it would be like to go worship, of course.
Now that's
Yeah,
out of
sure,
the way.
sure.
You owe me a tale. You said the king killer Darius was hired to kill you too.
He was. By my brother.
Your brother? None of this is making any sense, old man.
I trust you. So I will tell you. My brother and I are the last living sons of King Xerxes.
Impossible. That would make you a king.
I was. My name was Artaxerxes. I guided Persia through a time of peace. But my brother wanted the throne and plotted my death.
That's no good.
Now, I hide here, exiled, living the life of a simple beggar. I will tell you more. But first...
Yes. A tale for a tale.
Poor dude.
You did say Mount Taygetos, didn't you?
You sound like you know that place. I have heard tales of its appetites. They say the mountain feeds on the suffering of Spartans, so the people there offer their own children to the mountain god for sacrifice.
That's not exactly right. I returned to Mount Taygetos.
Returned. Tell me, did you meet the mountain god who devours Spartan children?
I did not meet a god there.
The mountain is just a mountain like any other. What makes Taygetos a place of suffering is the people there.
That is true of all the world's worst places.
When I was a
I
child,
would agree.
I could tell from the moment I met you that you carried the burden of suffering. Let it stay in the past.
Now you tell me, King Artaxerxes, how can I believe your story? You don't exactly look like royalty.
He was exiled.
Well, that's the point. I am hiding.
Show me proof.
I could. You see, I knew a man named Themistocles.
The Athenian general. I heard stories about him being ostracized from Athens.
Over petty politics. He came to Persia, to me, looking for refuge. I was king, but only a boy. He spent his days learning Persian and telling me stories of his home. Places like the Acrocorinth, Mount Taygetos.
The places you wished you could see.
I loved the tales and loved Themistocles like a father. He was kinder to me than Xerxes ever was. Tell me one last tale, and I'll tell you where he hid his treasure.
Ooh, treasure.
What do you remember about this armored bird in Arcadia?
There's a beast made of armor jutting out from the mountainside overlooking Lake Stymphalos and the undulating fields stretching like waves on a golden sea all across Arcadia.
If you'd
I
like
saw
to
it
hear about the
indeed.
bird, I could describe it to you.
Nothing would make me happier.
It's a majestic statue, built from the blades of fallen soldiers. It's so high above Stymphalos and the golden fields below. Up there, I could forget there was a war.
So it is as it was told to me. The bird commemorates Heracles' fight against chaos, built on a place of calm. Hopefully, one draws out the best in the other.
So, I've been to the 5 places Themistocles told you about in his tales.
For that, my soul will be eternally grateful. As for my tale, Themistocles died peacefully in Persia, as one of us. I promised him I'd see the places he told me about. His stories will live on in me. And now you.
And
So where's his treasure?
What of your story?
I let the people believe Darius succeeded in killing me, so I could escape.
Artaxerxes, there's something else you should know.
Yes?
What is it? Did his father kill my grandfather? Because that would be Xerxes. I don't quite remember. When did her grandfather come into play here? Who knows? We'll select that because apparently there's no lie thing there, so apparently that's what happened. I don't quite remember the lore about her grandfather.
Was
Oh, that was
Leonidas of
Leonidas.
Sparta.
That means...
Your father, King Xerxes, killed my grandfather.
Then you are bound by blood to avenge him.
Artaxerxes, false king! These Mythios led me right to you. Time to finish what I started.
Cassandra, please!
Why would I avenge Leonidas? I don't care about him.
Stand behind me.
So this is the guy. Why are you fighting him? You're blind. Leave this to me, my dude. This guy's not so tough. He doesn't even do that much damage. All right, easy. Was that guy supposed to be the king killer? He was easy.
Artaxerxes, are you hurt?
Despite being bound by honor to avenge Leonidas, you saved me. Thank you.
I don't care about
No
honor.
choice. That man wanted you dead. Must have been another one of your executioners.
I don't think that guy was Darius.
If he doesn't return to Persia, my brother will send another, then another. It's time this old man accepts his fate.
I mean, I don't think we can head to Persia in this game, but I mean, if he could just, you know, pay me enough money, I could go kill the king of Persia. I've killed leaders before. You know, I could kill his brother and put him back on the throne. But he may not want to kill his brother. It's probably one of those one-sided things where, you know, the brother wants to kill him, but he's actually a nice guy and doesn't want to kill his brother. So I guess just be
You're
brave.
a brave man, Artaxerxes.
A trait I learned from Themistocles. Now, as for you, I owe you payment.
Well, I did save your life. And I went on an adventure for you, Your Highness.
You did. And in your retelling, I felt like Themistocles was speaking through you. For your reward, go to the tomb in Salamis, where Themistocles hid his treasure. It will be near where he made his triumphant stand against my father's navy.
Okay. It's on an island, evidently. Isle of Salamis. Inside ruins, and then on the south. So, I guess down here. We could probably swim across that channel, right? Probably. But yes, after all that talking.
Treasure is in Salamis. I wonder what it could be.
Yes, but decal, very important. At least for how I play the game, because if you want, you know, you can get a thing called utility belt as well, because decal itself is the system that you plug add-ons into. And then you have Virindi tank and like the Virindi bundle, and that has most of what you'll need, such as Virindi sense, so it can like pick up and tell you when enemies are nearby, like a specific enemy. So if you're looking for a specific spawn of enemy, because the spawns are all randomized, it helps a lot to have Virindi sense on there, so you can be told when that spawn is nearby. It has stuff like that, and then it also has the thing that gives you a much more detailed world map, so you can like zoom in and everything. You have the go arrow that can tell you like which direction, you know, you can select something on the map and it'll point you towards that in the game world, so you're able to actually go towards your objective consistently. And then there's utility belt that I mainly only use for it's in dungeon maps. So when you go into a dungeon, it'll pop up a little map that'll show you the area that you're in and kind of show you the topography of it, as it were. So it doesn't help you like traverse the entire dungeon on its own, because it isn't like a comprehensive full map, but it does help you remember where you're going if you already know the map of the area, which helps me a lot because I do know the maps of most of these places already. So it helps to be able to visualize it better on the little mini-map thing. So yes, but we'll have plenty of time to for me to give you the overview of every system in the game once we play it, which would be very fun, because you know, I never really get bored of telling people about my favorite game. So let's see, is that another landmass over there? I think it is. I think we're just supposed to be heading down this way, which I could get my horse out, but I kind of feel like this place is a bit steep. Sounds like a bear. Okay, here's a non-steep part. Let's get the horse in here. Get back here. Dang horse, always trying to run away from me. Yeah, let's go down this way. Salamis. That is where we are, indeed. Let's head down to that road over there, because that looks like to be going where we're trying to go. Oh, Tomb of Ajax, huh? I know him from Age of Mythology. It's a good game. Bro thinks he's in Dark Souls, trying to roll away.
They'll be watching for me. I need to be careful.
Alright. Horse, stay still. Let's see if we can't find where there's that, yeah.
There
What are we looking for? Is that it? Is that the treasure? Is just in a chest in the middle of a bandit camp? Interesting. Alright, time for actual combat for the first time today. Which actually, we're gonna need our bird again to, you know, pick out where all these guys are. One more thing. Over there is some written stuff. Alright, and I think that's about it. Alright.
The tomb that Artaxerxes mentioned. It's real.
We're just gonna... Okay, that was weird. We're just gonna get a good start to the fight. Because I know I'm not gonna be able to stealth kill all these guys. Get some poison going. Ow. Okay, everyone's poisoned except for you. There we go. Everyone's poisoned. Now try to hit me. Dang it. Wasn't a perfect dodge. That is some tough poison. Let me wait until I get another heal going. Get some fire. And get the dodge. Ow. It does burn. Your poison is very deadly. We just gotta be careful. Let's back up a bit for now. There we go. Because, I mean, being hit isn't just about getting hit, it's about the poison. You're applying poison, huh? Well, that won't do you any good, because you're dead. Alright. Sucks to be you. Let's grab our loot. Alright, there's one ancient tablet. That's up this way. Good. And for some reason, the loot that we're looking for is just in this chest here. Nice. So what was the treasure exactly? That's the wrong button. Let's see. Inventory. I think it was it an item that just went in here? And there's all these. Bear scrotums. Very nice. Yeah, it was just here. So, riches beyond imagination are inside this chest. It's only 4,000 gold. I mean, that's a lot of gold. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think beyond imagination is an accurate description when the exact value that is well within imagination is directly below that text. So, yeah, no, I'm just saying. Who would buy rotten meat? Well, I guess rotten meat could be used as fertilizer. So probably still has some value to it. And goat cheese, I think, is nice. I've never had goat cheese myself, but it's probably good. Right, and that's those. We got a spear. Okay, so we have this. Could switch to this, but that's mostly ranged bonuses. The reason I kept this is just because it has higher warrior damage than anything else. Warrior damage, health, and all damage, which is better than anything else we've been getting. So we'll wait until we get another purple that is combat, you know, efficient. Same with here. Warrior damage, all damage, hunter damage. Yeah, and everything else is just hunter damage. And I like assassin damage, but I haven't been assassinating as much lately, like in this run, as I did before. We could switch to this, though. That could be good. You've had goat cheese? Worth a try? Really? Works less as an ingredient, more as its own type of food? Really? Interesting. Yeah, I've had, goat milk ice cream, because way back in the day when I was in school, there was this guy, oh gosh, what was his name? Was it Xeon? I think so. It was a long time ago. But he was very allergic to dairy, so when we went over to his house to, you know, hang out, his mom gave us goat milk ice cream. And it was actually not bad. It was pretty good. I remember it tasting a little funny, but I think that was just a, like, mental thing where I assumed that it should taste funny, and so it did. But it probably was fine. So let's see. Maybe just switch to this just for extra armor. I'd be losing the assassin damage and the 2% all damage, but that probably isn't a big issue. Also, it does not look as fashionable, but you know, that's fine. Alright, and these are the best for now, so that's good. Abilities. We have an ability point we haven't spent. So we already got Weapons Master and Gear Master, which are probably the two most important right now. Higher assassination damage could be really good. Can't get better critical assassinate though. So yeah, we'll get better assassinations just because sometimes there's that one like mercenary or special guy that you really want to take out without them seeing you. And then ship, of course. We have new lieutenants. Yeah. But we can't have any new lieutenants because we need to upgrade our hull, so we could upgrade that. We have the technology. More ship health is probably good. So then, I believe these all we got from other stuff. I think this guy is the only dude that we actually haven't, that we actually recruited ourselves. So we'll have him in there. Mercenaries, what is new here? We just know about people now. We definitely know about a lot of guys here. Even higher level ones. They are very high level. Alright. So where are we going next? What is the plan? Because we got the treasure. It was, you know, decent treasure. Is there any synchronization point on this island? I would like to be able to teleport back here if I ever wanted to. So let's head down towards this unknown area. And just see if there's a synchronization point here. Who are you? It's Athena, probably. Interesting. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna climb your temple. I don't think there's a sync point here, though. Unfortunate. I wonder which Greek god or goddess had the most temples to them. Because we see a lot of Athena temples. And a lot of Artemis temples. And a lot of Zeus. I've seen one Poseidon so far. So let's see. There's a lot of like just random quests we could do. Like there's one here. One up here. I'm assuming these are all kind of more side quests, but they're things to do, which would be good. So let's start just in the place we're kind of closest to. This is in Athens, right? Because this is the statue of Athena, so Let's go back there and do the quest that's right there. Because, you know, we've done a lot of exploring and not as much, you know, actually doing quests around the place. It might be a good idea to do a couple quests before the end of the stream. I still don't exactly know what that triangle, you know, pyramid thing is. The pyramid made of triangles. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna fall from a great height. Yeah, nobody cares about that, evidently. What do you need, my good man? I am a mercenary, so, you know.
I might have a job for you.
Oh, that's
If
good.
you're as good a fighter as I've heard,
You've heard of me?
don't let it go to your head. I hear about everything that happens in this city, Mystios.
With flattery like that, how could I possibly turn you down?
I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm trying to hire you. I need some Spartan military targets removed.
You know, at least you're not trying to sleep with me, like 90% of the quest givers are.
I'll help you if I can. Depending on what it is you need, General...
Demosthenes,
Very good.
my spies tell me the Spartans are mobilizing. What I want you to do is hamstring them. Get into their forts and remove the commanders in charge.
I guess that makes sense.
Hi,
Thrilled you
Evos.
approve. You'll need to bring me the seals of the commanders you kill as proof. You'll be amply rewarded.
Those don't seem like standard Athenian tactics.
They're not. But it will work, and that's what matters. We've already lost too many Athenians to those savages using traditional warfare. The other generals
true.
disagree, but I refuse to let them destroy our chances.
What do they want to do?
They want honorable face-to-face warfare, pitting our forces directly against
Yeah,
the
that won't work
Spartans.
too well.
We're not going to win a contest of strength against those brutes. We need to outthink them. So, will you kill the commanders?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll take the job.
Good. I might not have approval to deploy our men to do this, but I'm not about to let that stop me.
I know
Told me
enough.
I'll
They're
get
at the
your
forts,
seals for
I'm
you,
pretty
General.
sure. And we already know where a couple of those are, like out here and out here. And we need to kill the polemarchs. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm gonna say it. So, we'll head there first. And it's been going well. You know, we did a lot of exploring for a while there. We specifically, you know, rode around, got a bunch of fast travel points, and my character can't move from here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so not a lot of fighting so far today, but that's why we're starting to get this going, so we can start fighting people. That was weird, but okay. We just teleported a bit, you know, perfectly normal. It happens. Also, you should probably not dive into random, you know, pools of water, because you never really know.
I should watch my step around here.
You never really know how deep the water is or anything like that. Trampoline, yes, it was very bouncy rocks that we were jumping onto. Ooh, blacksmith. Maybe we should pay him a visit. So, what are we gonna do at the blacksmith exactly? I guess we can sell all the stuff we don't need. Because we use daggers, so we'll stick with what we got. And everything else can be eradicated. Including all these helmets that have subpar stats compared to our level 11 helmet, including you. Yeah, it has nothing that I'm gonna need, per se. Same with these. They're all hunter damage. Currently, I'm prioritizing warrior damage first because I end up getting into a lot of fights. And then assassin damage second and hunter damage third. Because, you know, I don't use the bow nearly as much as I thought I would. And we can't accidentally sell legendary equipment, so we don't have to worry about that. So we'll just get rid of everything that we're not currently using. And we can sell this, along with all our other trade goods, making us a hefty sum of money. And we could engrave our stuff, but we've engraved stuff before and it ends up just being replaced. On a server to pick to log into. If I would say either Reef Coal, if that's on there, or Levistras. Levistras would be probably my favorite server on there. And I think it should be in the server list if you just look through there.
Goodbye then.
Alright, so we'll save the engraving for legendary pieces of equipment when we get those. But we'll get them eventually. But yeah, Levistras is a good server because it is a no botting server. So you're still able to use decal for it, just you can't do like fully automated systems. And you know, that was kind of not really an issue in the game, but it became that a lot of the like economy, that's the word I'm thinking of. Levistras, yes, that is it. But a lot of the economy of Asheron's Call became integrated with the idea of botting. Kind of like how it's going with WoW right now, except it was a lot more balanced in Asheron's Call. Is that doggo coming after me? But yeah, I still believe that the no botting is the best, most pure way of playing the game. Even though it really makes some things difficult. But that's what makes it fun. So let's get the bird out here. And start to explore this entire town here. There's a treasure and a treasure. Where's the guy we need to kill? There's a cage, evidently. There's a guy? Is that the polymarch or is that the captain? What's this thing that it's trying to get me to see over here? More treasure. Okay. There's nothing there. It zoomed in and then it just selected nothing. Ah, it's because we're too far away. But there's, I think, the guy we need to kill over here. Alright, and let's just keep looking around. Hopefully, we won't miss any guys, because our perception is higher now. There's a wolf outside. There's us. There's a cage. More guys. It is hard to figure out exactly where enemies could be that I haven't seen yet. But we could always just assume that we've seen everyone and call it good. You know, honestly, we're probably just gonna kill like up to maybe 10 of them and then give up and just go back to fighting them, and that'll draw all of them to me anyway, so we don't exactly have to know where all of them are. Alright. So we're hiding back here. Got these guys here. Oh, we can kind of see through the cloth. That's nice. That guy's looking the other way. Maybe if I hit these guys with the old 4, we could get them both. Good. There's a guy right there we never saw, but he has also never seen us, so that's good. And they're gonna see the bodies, but we do not care. And that guy's kind of facing away from us, and he's evidently not facing away from us. Get stabbed. Are you still alive? Not for long. Don't mind me. Yeah, they're on high alert over there now. That guy we want to be able to backstab if we can, because he's tough. You gotta go? Okay, well, I'll see you around, Debos. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate it. And so this guy's kind of coming this way. I think if I'm careful... might be able to sneak around. Hit this guy with a uber stab. There we go. Now we're gonna get into a brawl, but the big man has been taken down a peg. That dang shield. Yeah, we gotta get the slowdowns to get around the shield efficiently. Oh, he's not even on fire yet. There we go. Put it out, huh? How about no?
Can't fight forever.
Yeah, the axe is a bit of a hard moveset to dodge. I'm not used to it yet. There we go. Ow. See, it was a slow enough moveset that even though I was in slow down time, ow, it still ended up hitting me after the slowdown was done. Ow. Can you target the guy that's right here? Apparently not. Get some poison going. Alright, so poison should take him out.
I expected more from you.
You expected more from me. Wait, this is the captain? He looks kind of wimpy, but you know. Get shield guy out of here. No one likes shield guy. Ow. Ow also. Man, they're just 3 guys with spears, just all trying to kill me. They don't do a lot of damage though, so that's a plus. Alright, try to hit me. Dang it. Alright, try to hit me again. Thank you. Didn't really need the slowdown there, but it was for style points. Alright. Now to obliterate the rest of the place. With, you know, probably a little bit of stealth because they haven't seen me yet.
Don't want to be caught here.
Maybe I do want to be caught here. You don't know that, Cassandra. That guy turned away, kinda.
Why are you here?
Why are you not here? That's the real question. Don't mind me. Gonna hide behind this totally not see-through barrier, and you'll not see me. Oh yeah, I'm hidden already. Should have kept their guard up, he says as he gets obliterated by an assassin. Ironic. Alright. Another guy down here, but they are starting to wear thin on their defenses. Alright, he's dead. 3 more? Maybe 4 more? I only see 3 up there. 1 is the big boy. So that's gonna be fun. I can take out the other 2 pretty easily. I at least want to take out the big guy with a good old critical backstab if I can. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. Oh yeah, you didn't see nothing. Okay, he's got a one-handed sword. Pretty easy to dodge. Get set on fire. You're not set on fire yet. There we go. Get set on fire. It burns, huh? Get some poison in here. It will burn in a completely different way. Is that an Athenian soldier coming in here? Oh, I guess you can take him out. Are you gonna try to fight me too? No, you're good. Alright, well, thank you for the help. I guess he's the guy that came riding in and distracted the other guard. So that's a plus. Alright, we have 1 more treasure. Also, who is this Giga Chad who just rode into the Spartan military camp and just he's alone? Like, bro didn't even consider that he was riding into a camp full of like 24 enemies. He just kind of waltzed in here and started killing people. Like, what a legend. Alright, let's get the captives. We killed the guy that we needed, I think.
I don't want to be spotted here.
Alright, get out of here, prisoner man. Go loot the chest. We should probably also... Escape is not the right button. Need tab. Quests. And the quest that we're currently on... I don't know. Which quest are we currently on? I think it's this one? Yeah. Just so that we can actually keep track of that quest. Because yes, we did get 1 of 3 of the guys here. Ooh, better dagger. Give us our XP, thank you. And then inventory. Let's see if this dagger is actually better. It's higher level. Ooh, and warrior damage. Good. I'm keeping this just for the stats. If that's how that works, I'm not sure. Assassin damage. Sure. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Okay. Now let's see, where's the next the next guy. Is he here? Is that guy's that captain? And these are all undiscovered locations, so maybe these other ones are areas we need to take out. We could go here and just clear this place out real quick. I don't think the polymark is there. But we might as well. It's kind of just right across the way. Well, it's good to see the Athenian soldiers have already taken over this fortification. That one dude is probably bragging about how he took the entire fortification by himself. That I had nothing to do with it. Let me over. Oh, there's a big gate. That might be a good option. Alright, let's hide in these bushes. And this looks like a much smaller camp. So hopefully there'll be less guys. There's the captain, I think. There's some of those. There's some treasure. Apparently treasure over here too. Is that part of the camp? I don't think it is. But that looks to be everybody, unless there's people manning the gates, which you'd think there would be in such a, you know, warlike situation. Why is this camp just kind of, everyone's just chilling out here? I don't know. What, you can't climb that? Ooh, we're a little high up. Maybe go down. Maybe go down to ground level so we can hide. Thank you. So there's 3 guys there, 1 guy here. Could probably sneak around to this dude. Alright, took him out. But enemies are getting a bit tougher now. They're not able to be automatically one-shot by our sneak attacks. Which means that our ranged sneak attack is not as efficient. Alright, I guess they noticed the body.
You spot anything?
They're not here, sir.
You are not trying hard enough. Go.
Let me hit him with one of these.
Stupid bird.
Ow. Alright, try to hit me again. That attack is much harder to dodge through. Try a stab. Do a stab attack. I'm telling you, that one not. It's difficult to get a perfect dodge on that one. Look at that. I perfectly dodge it, but it does nothing for me. Can you get back up here, my good man? My man. Up here. I don't.
This is it, huh?
Yeah, there we go. You'll let me dodge you, right? The perfect dodges are getting a bit difficult to... There we go. They weren't coming easy for a bit there. Where's my loot? I get no loot. Okay. This guy's facing us, so let's hit him with one of these. Oh yeah, you can yell all you want. That's not gonna help you. So hard to get a perfect dodge on those axes. But at least I got you poisoned. There we are. We got some fire going on him. Ow. Ow. And I'm out of fire. Okay.
I will not rest until you.
Well, at least we got that one dude with the fire. 2v1 is just unfair. How dare you NPCs use unfair tactics. It's probably against the Geneva Convention that hasn't, you know, that won't happen for like another 1,000 years or something. Ow. Let's get fire weapons going in. Yeah, I need to wait until I'm really at the end of the attack. There we go. Alright, but that should be everyone. So let's grab the loot, get the captives out of here. At least the captives were right next to each other. That helps a lot. And then the rest of the loot, I guess, is up here. Alright. So that was that camp, but there wasn't the guy that we needed there. So, do we sell the bounty? Kind of. Oh, and there's a thing here. So let's head towards that and just see if we find a camp along the way. Oh yeah, restricted area, right. Of course, the horse comes from the restricted area when I call him. Because naturally he would. So let's go get this synchronization point up here. And see if we can find any forts along the way. Not seeing any in this neighborhood though. Oh hi. Don't mind me. I'm just here to climb your altar. So that's good. I don't see any forts from up here either. Except maybe over there? That kind of has a palisade on it. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else. So that way. That would be this area? Maybe up here? Let's head this way and then up this way if that's not the spot. Alright, keep moving. Because yeah, that looks like it might be a fort up in the hills there. Get our horse in here again. Get back here. Get back here. Why does the horse always run away from me? Maybe I'm supposed to sit still and let the horse come to me. And it's trying to like intercept me as I keep moving. I don't know. But it seems weird that it just keeps running away from me when I'm trying to get to the horse. Alright, so this place definitely is not a Spartan military camp. Well, that might be. Let's see here. hide in this bush up here. This doesn't actually hide us. Let's first look at the map. It doesn't tell me anything about it. Okay. Let's see if this place... There's a captain.
I heard rumors there's some sort of secret group
Aha.
that goes out at night.
I think that's the dude we need. But it's weird because it's not like taking this as an enemy fortification. It's almost like it's treating it like it's just a part of the town here. You're not a soldier. That is interesting. What else is it trying to show me? More stuff over there. Lots of stuff around here, apparently. Mostly just the grain silos that we don't really care about. Okay, well, let's get killing. We, at the very least, need to kill the big guy.
Let's hope no one notices me here.
What, you were there? You don't see anything.
What's going on?
Nothing's going on. Nothing at all. I was hoping I'd be able to climb there to get to that guy, but this guy's kind of looking that way. We just need to get to that guy. Get a critical on him. Everything else should be easy enough to fight. Why is that guy on edge now? Everyone else here. Oh. An opportunity has arisen. You see nothing. You stop right where you are. Nobody sees anything. You see nothing. You also see nothing.
You're too fast.
I am too fast. Thank you for noticing.
You'll die by Spartan sword. Certain.
Don't mind me.
I see him.
You do not see me. You see nothing. Exactly nada.
Not good enough.
I am in a bush. You cannot see me.
You can't run forever, scum. Gotcha!
I can indeed run forever. That is where you would be wrong. Alright, we gotta kill some of these lackeys. I still want to try to, you know, escape and get a sneak attack on that big guy. Hopefully. Just because, I mean, look how much health he's got. It might be easiest to just, you know, hide and sneak attack him. Once some of the peanut gallery have been dealt with.
This is too easy.
Alright, thank you. I'm gonna hide now, and you're never gonna find me. Because, you know, you don't have all your lackeys anymore to do your bidding. So, obviously that means that you can never find me, and you're just gonna forget that I exist. Or you're gonna come and try to find me, and then I'm just gonna stab you in the face. Either one works. But I like how they do actually kind of wade through the bushes trying to find you. Alright. That's gonna make life a bit easier for us. That didn't even have a warning to it. Yeah, heavy attacks don't even break through that shield. Oh, I'm inside the tent now. Alright. That axe is very hard to dodge correctly. You need to dodge kind of late. Compared to faster weapons where you need to dodge like immediately or you die. Alright, well we got who we wanted, so. Is this the treasure? It is indeed. Well, thank you for the money. Now we're gonna leave. And that was still only one of the polemarchs that we needed, because apparently this didn't count. Did we get the item off of him? I think we did. So yeah, he just didn't have one. Unfortunate. So where do we go next? I wish that they just, I mean, can you just jump over it? It's not that high. Just jump. Like here, jump over that. Jump over. Alright, I guess we can't jump over it. Even though we should be able to. But that's fine. Alright. Where do we go to next? It was this up here that looked kind of like a military compound. So let's head to that direction. Yeah, where are you going? Even when I tell the horse to come here and then I stand still, the horse just kind of runs off and does his own thing. Alright, we'll head up that way. Probably can't go directly there because there's kind of a mountain in the middle. So let's just follow the road for now. And stop running people over, horse. Come on.
Have you lost your senses?
I have indeed lost my senses. I'm letting my horse auto ride towards stuff. Oh, this is an Athenian fort, it looks like, not a Spartan one. So we'll still discover the area. Yeah. But that definitely doesn't look Spartan. Okay, so we're on the kind of the right track. That was what a fort looks like on the map, but it just was not the correct fort. So there's something here. That looks like it could be a military compound. Possibly. They really don't give us a ton of information. This looks more like a temple than military. And these areas we haven't even investigated yet, so we might want to do that at some point. But for now, I guess we'll check what this is. Alright, can we just set it to follow the road there? I mean, any place like that on the map should have a road to it.
You're going to hurt someone.
It's just my horse. He does whatever he wants. All the NPCs telling me to slow down. It's not me that's doing it. Don't mind me. It's not even me doing it. I'm just my hands are off the controls. So if it runs anyone down, that ain't on me. That's just my horse going absolutely homicidal. But yes, unknown man, if you're still here, how is the thing going? Did it let you into the game and all that? No, out of the way, goat. Okay, thank you. Way too long to figure out what was the problem. You think you got it? Okay. course, have some tact here. Stop running down civilians, please. They have enough issues as is. I mean, they live in a war zone, and I'm sitting here just running them down. Because yeah, there are quite a few like common issues that can happen, especially if your computer is Windows 10 or newer. The advanced part with Wargle? Yes, there is the advanced mode. I don't use it all the time, but it can be useful for certain bug fixing. So what is this over here? There's definitely palisades. Is that Spartan though? I don't see any red. In fact, I see blue.
They won't ask any questions.
6-year-old Reddit advice? Yeah, it does that sometimes. Did you run it in what's it called? Administrator mode or whatever. Run as administrator. Because that's, I believe, an issue that can come up. It's all set up and ready for plugins and such. Oh, that's good. Yeah, so this, I think, is an Athenian camp. Let's check down here. This doesn't look like a camp. But down here is kind of the edge of where I've seen, so going that way will not only see what that location is, but also uncover what the whole region is about. Oh, ox. Very nice. All resolved now? Okay, that's good. Yeah, decal, as I said, it can be the more confusing part of the setup. Cave of Many Lions. Man. I wonder what's in this cave. Oh, goodness gracious, it's lions. I never would have guessed. If only the name was a bit more on the nose, then maybe I would have been able to avoid this fate. But I need to learn how to dodge lions, because there's going to be a big lion sometime. There are many lions here. Once again, if only the name had been more clear. Oh, you're just gonna back up now? A big lion. You guys want to do anything? Ow, except for you. The one line I wasn't selected on. But yeah, if you want some plugins for it, then you can get the Verindi bundle. It should pop up if you just type in like decal Verindi plugin. And there's like a whole bundle you can get and add that to decal. And that gives you all sorts of good stuff, like an auto buffing system, and that gives you the go arrow and the map, and all sorts of stuff. These things do a lot of damage, and also I'm not so good at dodging them just yet. Try some fire. We all like fire, don't we? Ow. Okay, well, I almost caught it on fire. Catch on fire. Oh. My fire ran out. This thing does a lot of damage, though. Who would have guessed that a lion does damage? You'll have to go? Okay. Well, we'll figure out the rest another time. I'm probably not going to stream too much longer. But yes, let me know on the Discord if you ever want to play some of that or some Night Rain. I'm always down for either one. Barely dodged that one. Good. And I just get a lot of leather. Apparently these actually have meat, so that's nice. Most animals only have leather for some reason. Alright. Nice little cave they got here. Ooh. Rare ore. Alright. Well, that was definitely not a fort, so we're gonna need to, you know, go elsewhere to find that. Let's head up this direction. This might be a fort. We'll check that out. You know, I'm kind of wishing that I'd asked the guy, where are the forts? Because I remember that being something I could ask him. But I assumed it would be kind of self-explanatory. Because I'd already seen, like, a few military camps on the way here. So... And also, I'm also not sure if it's only the Spartan forts in this region, or if it's all Spartan forts. I would assume it would have to be nearby for the quest to count for it. But this place, marble quarry. Is it a Spartan marble quarry, though? It doesn't say there's a polemark here, so... Probably not the right place to be. Alright, let's head down further that way. We should probably get our horse. And okay, I'll see you later, unknown man. Thanks for coming to the stream. I'll probably finish up this quest and then be done with the streaming for today. If I can ever figure out where to go for this quest, of course. But in the process, we're gonna explore like this entire region, which is probably good nonetheless. So I assume my horse also can't die from fall damage, because fall damage is an illusion. We all know this. Is that just a lion sitting out there? Don't mind me. I'm just gonna ride right past you. Alright, I don't see any spots for fast travel synchronization yet, but that's fine. Let's head up here just for easier riding. It's easier to ride downhill than uphill. So if I can get up to higher ground, it's probably easier overall. Oh, this looks fun.
I need to stay hidden.
Ow. We just ran over a cat, apparently, with our horse. It was a mean cat, though, so, you know. So where are we exactly? We just went through this entire place, didn't see anything of use. So, I guess we're heading down to the cape down there. Okay, just jump off there. That's fine. I told it to go right, but forward is right enough, I suppose. But once we've explored all these areas, that kind of looks like... Well, it looks like a dilapidated tower. Might be fort-like enough, though. I don't know. We'll see when we get closer, if it counts as a fort or no. Probably not. That looks like an Athenian fort, or at least, yeah, military camp. Not really what we need. I really don't want to ride straight into there. Those guys look semi-militarized. So we'll just ride around it. Up past the old tower. Oh, this is a sync point. Okay. So we'll just head on up here. This place is definitely not rickety at all. Let's get a good look around. That, I think, is the quarry, maybe, that we passed by earlier. But that might be a fort, I'm not sure. Down there, looks like a temple, not a fort. Yeah, that, what is that up that direction? Nothing that we know of. Or I guess we're facing this way, we're looking up this way. Yeah, so that's the mine. But I think that was Athenian. We're looking for Spartan fortifications. Fall damage is an illusion. Don't worry. Alright, so let's head down to this, you know, temple-looking thing down here. I don't know if there's another fast travel point down there, but might as well check it out while we're in the neighborhood. It'd be faster to get there on horse.
Phobos, away!
Grab all the wood along the way. Alright, what's all this then? A sanctuary, you say? You say? It doesn't seem to be any fast travel points around here, so good to see it, but probably have to just leave. There's another undiscovered thing, but that's fine. And then I guess this area and this area are the only places we haven't been yet. So I'm not sure where the other forts could be. Yeah, because that's the border there. Oh, and I guess this island is part of it as well. Are there any forts on here? There was ruins. No forts, really. So yeah, that's the borders of it. So yeah, these two areas here are kind of the... Oh wait, no. This island seems to be part of it. Okay, so if the forts aren't anywhere on the mainland, I could go check that island. But I don't think it would come to that. Let's just ride up from here. I think it would be faster than having to navigate through the whole city. Because the horse doesn't ride at full speed when you're in populated areas. So it's probably faster to just take the long route where you can at least go full speed over the hills. Oh hi. I didn't even notice them there. But that's fine. We'll just ignore them. That's how I handle most of life's issues. You just ignore them and they go away eventually. Alright, no forts here. Looks like just a little town, not a fort. Yeah, fishing village, that's definitely not, you know, a Spartan fort. Maybe I could just, like, kill some civilians and dress them up as you know, Spartan soldiers. Call it a day. Because, you know, he wouldn't know the difference between some random Joe that I put a Spartan hat on and an actual Spartan soldier, right? I think it would go fine. And that's apparently not a synchronization point. I don't see any other points around here. So we'll just keep moving. You seem upset. Okay, well, let's change our thing, go out that way. Is this entire thing this harbor? It's like this entire region is the harbor. That's a big old place. I doubt the Spartan fortress would be inside there. Unless the Spartans have taken over the entire port. But I kind of doubt that. Oh, but there's a big hole in the wall, so maybe. that might be more plausible than I was thinking. Oh, there's a place there. Oh, hello.
They'll be on high alert here.
Don't mind me.
Hey, look where you're going.
I'm looking where I'm going. You look where you're standing. Got him. Alright, so we gotta go this way for the fast travel. Probably at the top of that temple, if I had to, you know, guess. Asclepios. Interesting. Alright. Let's get up there. Don't. No, stay up there. Okay, thank you. Alright, so yeah, the port seems to be still under Athenian control. As far as I can tell. That's a big port, though. I kind of expected the region to be, you know, not entirely filled. But I guess we're kind of right next to Athens, so makes sense. So that's that. So where exactly are the rest of the things? Because there was a fort, but that was for our guys. Can I go talk to the guy again? He was like up here, right? Yeah, I think he was right next to the statue. So if we can talk to the guy again and ask him like, hey, where are the forts? Maybe that would be worthwhile. Because yeah, it is. I have explored the whole region, and I've only found one of 3 of the guys, and I don't even know if that guy counted, or if I just already had one before starting the quest. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to where I got the 1 out of 3. Yeah. I got 1 of 3. Can you give me
Do you
a
have my
hint?
seals yet?
Not yet.
Come back when you do.
Where can I find them?
The Spartans have been making inroads into Athenian territory, taking over forts that once belonged to us. Make them pay for every inch.
That's not very specific, but that's about what
Told
I
me enough.
expected.
I'll get your seals for you, Jack.
Alright. That's about what I expected him to say. So that's why I didn't ask him in the first place, but I was getting desperate enough. So, where else in this region? I guess here? This looks more like a temple than anything, but maybe this? That kind of looks like an encampment. So let's head out that way, I guess. We're closer. I could teleport to there, but teleporting takes a little bit. Let's see if we can't horse our way through. Don't mind me. Just horse through the entire city. I'm sure it'll be fine. And probably much faster than going through a, you know, 1 loading screen. It's a nice city, though. I like all the statues. Oh yeah, and then we have oh, the bounty hunter over there. Actually, I've been lollygagging for so long that we've ran out of bounty, which is unfortunate. Oh yeah, how are we gonna get our horse outside the city? I think all the gates are closed. How'd the horse get into the city? It doesn't matter. We'll just get up to the outer wall and then I guess hop off the horse and then summon it outside the wall. Because that's how physics works, you know?
These statues are incredible.
They are
The
quite nice.
sculptors truly are masters of their craft.
I like the big bird one. Oh, hi. Don't mind me, mercenary person. Oh, is this open? It is. Good, good. Okay. We're still kind of far away from where we need to be, though. Or at least where I think we need to be. That area is, of course, just a possible spot that they could be, you know, using as a fort. Because it looked vaguely like a circular fortification. Alright, just land on the fire, that's fine. This also seems to be very, not the right way. You a mercenary? No, you're just regular soldier. Because, yeah, the doors were open this direction, which is why I went this way. Hoping that I wouldn't need to dismiss my horse at all, but I think this is just more city. And not actually, you know, getting us anywhere. Oh, but that gate is open and it's heading straight to where I want to go. And there's outside the walls. Good. Alright, you see how long it takes to get out of the city? It is a long process. That's why I usually just fast traveled out of it. But I thought maybe it would be faster to just traverse the city than deal with, you know, the loading screen. But evidently no. If I was able to go at this speed, it might have been faster. But we're gonna keep manually riding because I don't want to be running anyone down on accident. If I'm gonna be running people down, it's going to be because I want to. Not because the AI just decided to not care. Alright, any Spartans around here? I'm not seeing any. Not quite there yet, though. A very fast horse. Those look like Athenians. But this is a military camp. Yeah, he's definitely wearing blue. Alright. Well, we found a military camp. That is a bonus. That's not part of the area here. Let's check out this one then. Not too far away. And I don't know, maybe it's just in any region. And I'm just only checking this region because it would make logical sense that he'd be giving me a quest for the region that he is in. But maybe it doesn't specify in the quest details that I need to be in any specific region to do it. So who knows? Yeah, this looks more like a temple or something. It's an altar. But there are Spartans here. Captain, no Polemarch. But let's get the bird out here and just check. Is that guy, is that a captain? That looks like, yeah, that looks like the captain. That looks like the big boy. So maybe we should break in there and kill him just in case. And I don't know what's going on up there, but we're not gonna bother with that just yet. Alright. Don't mind me. We're gonna kill this guy first, because he, you know, I don't like the cut of his jib.
I should be extra careful in this area.
Then we gotta sneak attack this guy over here. What's this? Why is this glowy? A quest item. Okay, good. Can I climb through this window? I could. Oh, he angry. Well, Helios, how do you like being on fire? 'Tis your namesake, after all. I mean, I guess, you know, Helios is more sun than fire, but, you know, it's close enough. It's a ball of fire.
You just made your last mistake.
Didn't count as one of the guys, though. Alright. Well, let's go clear the rest of the place out. One shot the captain. So why am I getting a bunch of quest items? It's like I won't get one shot. I kind of assumed because the captain got one shot that that guy would also be a one shot, but he was not. But what are all these quest items for exactly? I don't have the quest for this place. I just came in here to kill the fancy guy, thinking he might count for the quest. He definitely did not, though. But alright, let's get out of here. Where to next? Because there's this fort, but that was Athenian. We could head out to... Are there any other forts that we know of? There's this one. Because this place is Spartan leadership, meaning this fort should be a Spartan fort. And then we'll clear this place just to see if it's only in that region, or if I can just go to any fort I found anywhere and kill them there. Long loading screen. We are traveling quite far, so makes sense having to load a whole new area. Alright, so this fort over here. Oh, but this place might be higher level than me. I didn't really even think about that, because I did travel a lot, and I traveled through areas that were higher level than I myself am.
Best stay out of sight.
So, we'll have to see about that. Can we just, hang out on the edge here while our bird does its thing? 21. It's a bit higher level than us, that's for sure. Ooh. 22. There's a polemarch, I believe. Still, not sure if I'm even saying that right. Probably not. I think we got into a scuffle with him before, where I accidentally rode past the gate of this area And he tried to attack me. Is there two of them here? That's a lot of people. And who is that? That's the leader. Oh! This place is not only high level, but the leader is in this fort. Meaning he is gonna be very well protected, as you can see. What level's the leader? 22, and he's the fighter. So I assume that leader is no pushover. But there's so many big guys here. Oh, apparently there's a lot of whatever those are down there. Boars. Okay. So, am I going to be going into this place that is much higher level than me and trying to kill very tough enemies? Yes. Yes, I am. Is it a good idea? No. This is a horrible idea. I mean, they're all red or skull. But that means, to my thinking, I should probably figure out who this is as well. I don't think I can from this distance. But, to my thinking, that's fine. Did this guy that was up here move? Or did I just never... No, he did move. Alright. But this'll be fine. Because the higher level they are, the more, for sure that this is gonna be... Also, I can't stealth attack anybody here. What is that guy from JoJo? Why is he saying "ora" going into combat? But I mean, it is possible to kill them. It's not easy. They just have a lot of health. But you can still dodge them like any other. And they'll drop higher level loot, right? I can get rich. But yeah, it took about as long to kill one regular guy as it takes to kill, you know, a mercenary of my level. Of course, the axe is going to be a little tough to dodge, but we'll get it. There we go. Yeah, with the axe, you just really got to wait until the very last second. Yeah, and getting a sneak attack speeds that up significantly. So let's try to get more of that. Man, but if that's the regular guys, what is the polymart going to be like? That's going to suck. But we're a bit, you know, bit invested into this course of action now. Yeah, and there's the leader. What happens if I try to take on his entourage? Probably bad things. Probably much death. Hey! A guy weak enough we can actually use our critical sneak attack to kill. So only the weakest of the weak soldiers here are able to be killed, even with a full crit. That's insane. Just the sheer amount of HP these guys have. I'm gonna go for it. You see nothing. He did see nothing. Okay. That's unexpected. Hello, good sir. Mightn't I kill you? Thank you. Luckily, higher level does not increase their perception. You know? I did press spacebar. Come at me, bro. Try to stop making so much of a mess, you'll call your buddies over. And I want to sneak attack the sleepy guy. Oh, but there's a guy coming down this way. This is probably the dumbest thing I've done in this game. In either save file. Like, why am I here? Why am I doing this? This is so bad. It was just the only fort that I knew of their location for sure. Ow. Don't kick me, good sir. Oh, he angry. Ow. And every hit necessitates a heal. Except for the kicks, luckily. Ow. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Night Rain recently. You can't get me with those. Dodging is practically my middle name at this point. Oh, I almost didn't make it around that corner in time. If I go up here, I can get that on this guy. A jump attack is very ineffective. Also, this isn't even for a guarantee of finishing this quest. This is only because I assume that I can go to any fort and get quest progress from it. But I don't know if that's even true. So we might clear out this entire fort and get 0 quest progress from it. We will still get some fat loot though. And that's what's important. There's no door over here. This guy's staring at the only door into that building. I'm gonna be upset. Oh, there's the polemarch. That's the guy I would need to kill to verify if doing all this would actually help. And I think there's 2 more over there. We might win the entire quest just by finishing this one fort. Mainly because the leader is here. We could also stealth attack and then retreat and stealth attack again. But that sounds like a wimpy move. Look how much damage I do to this loser. Ow. And look how much damage he does to me. Yeah. I think stealth again is probably our best option.
How cute. I found her. Found her.
Yeah, but with Mr. Fodder over here, it's gonna be hard to stealth.
Get back here.
He's just gonna keep chasing after us. I wish that I could sprint to get away from these guys easier, but I can only be standing and not hiding.
Back here and fight, coward.
I could
For Ares.
hit you with one of those and then skedaddle. I'm stuck.
I will
Okay.
tear you limb from limb.
He will tear me limb from limb, apparently. Hope he has a fun time with that. But you guys are kind of isolated out here. Can you try to attack me again? Not you. Seem a little angry.
Is this the best you've got?
It kind of is. Sad to say, I'm a little low level, so this is like the one situation where the enemy saying, "Is that the best you've got?" is actually accurate. Because I'm really not doing that well compared to these guys' level. To them, I'm just like tickling them with a feather as I'm trying to attack them.
What are you trying to prove?
Such a little mischievous.
Death is near.
Are you still stunned?
Alright, well that's the fodder out of the way. Now for this loser. Freaking Lenny over here.
Somebody help me! Your luck is running out, Mistios. Your luck is running
It might
out,
actually be easier to try to
Mistios.
parry this guy. Oh, you can't parry the red, can you?
Is there any blood left in you?
There he is, sadly.
Think you can beat me, do you?
Get some health back,
Luck
because
is
this guy
running
takes
out,
most of it.
Mistios.
That's probably true, actually. My luck is probably running out. I've dodged a lot of these attacks.
You, stop!
You just spam attacking him? Ow. Alright, back to full health. Oh, hi. What are you up to, my good man? You're just coming in here randomly? Who even are you?
Is there any?
What?
I can't believe.
Random Joe number 73 just got us. How does that make sense? Where did he even save us at last? I was gonna save after beating that guy up, but Random Joe number 73 just decided to get involved. I don't even know who that was. That wasn't even a soldier. He just, for some reason, had a full-on sword in his underwear and just pulled that out and started attacking us with it. Like, who was that? Why were they here? Where am I? Oh,
Better stay hidden.
we're just here. Still can't kill this loser with the stealth attack. But at least this guy's still here, I guess. Oh, we do like no damage. Oh, and there's another Random Joe here. Random Jane, I guess. At least she's around my level. Apparently in this area, I am the equivalent of a civilian trying to fight guards. It's so dark around here.
Help! It burns!
Just die already, thank you. Now, random civilian, why are you attacking me? What kind of loyalty do you have to Sparta that you're fighting me? Get out of here. And now this guy, we haven't even hurt him at all in this save. Ow. He does like all our health and damage every hit we don't dodge. That is so unfair. Didn't even get poison on him. Oh great. Now we got a frickin' mercenary on our tail. Alright. Let's just find a bush and hide so we can get that guy with a stealth attack later. Alright, he's kind of forgotten where we are. I wonder what level the mercenary is. I could probably find that out while they're searching for me. 16. Alright, so it still sent a level appropriate mercenary after us. Wait, there's a different... Is that the same bounty hunter or the different one? I think it's the same one. Alright, but we should be able to take him out without much problem if we can just get a stealth attack on him. Still nobody up in this portion of the place. Might be able to sneak attack them from above. Maybe.
We dine with Hades tonight!
Spin kick. Why are you even trying to get me? I've been killing enemies much higher level than you in here. And you think you are of any caliber to take me out? So I can't seem to dodge you correctly, so maybe you're onto something. There we go. Alright, Mr. Great Ox. You don't even have a lot of health compared to these guys. Alright, we're back to civilians trying to kill us for some reason. I will not get back here. I need to stealth so I can take out half your health. And then maybe do that like 2 or 3 times and then kill you. Alright, let's go back up onto the wall, because we still have killed all the guards in this region of the wall. Oh, but he's walking away. Interesting. So I just need to find a time to sneak up on him and stab him in the butt. It's not quite close enough. Yes, come closer. Just a bit closer. Thank you. Alright, now that's a lot of damage. Ow. Maybe this is where slow time would come in handy. Okay, but his shield can be knocked away with a heavy attack. What? Really? One-shotted? Was I at full health there? I think I was. Those axes do way too much damage. Well, we'll try that again. We just need to kill this one guy to test to see if this is actually where we need to be, or if killing these guys actually is at all efficient. Okay, but he's forgotten who we are.
This area will be well defended.
Move, please. Thank you. So we can get a free sneak attack on him, and then I guess we could hide up the wall and try to hit him with a second sneak attack. Because, yeah, I mean, that's some good damage, but not nearly enough. Can you get up, please? Not Icaros, you get up. Get behind the thing.
You won't get away from me!
He still knows where we are. Even though he kind of didn't, but he did.
Lost sight of them!
He'll never find me up on their own walls.
Come closer! Let's get this over with!
Doesn't seem to be able to get up here.
This woman won't get away from me.
Are you sure about that? Good sir, can I interest you in a bit of stabbing? I cannot.
I'll leave you in
I physically
peace.
cannot interest him in a bit of stabbing. It wouldn't let me. Alright, maybe one sneak attack is all that it lets you do. Yeah, just keep doing the jump attack. That'll get you somewhere. Ow. Yeah, that's the one-shot ability. Every time he puts it down that direction, it does like 10 times the damage. Because every other hit was only doing like, at most, 1/3 of my health. And I still had a good bit of it. So that guy is just not gonna be easy, especially if we can't sneak attack him several times. Because I was right behind him, and there was a question mark above his head. He didn't know where I was. But I was spamming the F button, and it was doing no sneak attack, so... maybe there is just a limit on that.
Got to be careful not to get
And
spotted.
maybe we just can't do this here. Because that guy is way too tough. But where else am I going to go? Can't go here, that's way too high level. Where else is Spartan controlled that has a fort that I know of? There's this. This place is lower level. Let's try here. Because I still just need verification whether or not it's only forts in that region that I guess haven't found yet, or if it's any fort in the entire game. Because I am not sure. It doesn't really specify. And I guess by it not specifying, it's kind of specifying that it can be any of them. But that's still, it's just not specific enough for me. Okay, so the fort's that way. So let's go clear out this fort, because it's actually around our level. Probably even lower than our level. So let's go do that instead of fighting a bunch of much higher level characters. Because that was way too difficult. I mean, I could do it against the smaller, like the enemies with the smaller weapons. But the axe was just, it could one-shot me, and that just does not end up being a fair fight. Because then it's not so much about, like, if I can get away and heal, it's just, well, he hit you once with a specific move, so you're just dead. And that was just not really sustainable. So let's get into the middle of this camp. And what's over here? It's not telling me. There's a guy. There's another guy. Another guy. There's a captain, I think. Unless all of those are captains. Yeah, so that guy with the double ring, that's the polemarch. These guys with the single ring are captains. I think. But this guy doesn't even have a little crown, so I guess he's just an elite soldier, and those are the captains? Interesting. Alright, so we've seen most of the guys around here. We're probably just going to end up in a brawl anyway, because that's usually how these things go. So let's attempt that. Don't mind me. I may be half dead, but doesn't give you any right to be able to see me. Alright, let's head down here. Hope that they don't spot us as we go across. Because taking out all the guys on the walls is a good method. This guy coming up? Maybe. That's going to make life a little bit more difficult. No, he stopped there. Okay. Let me just kill your buddy back here. Alright, I think these two are looking towards each other. Might be able to get this guy without alerting him. Because there is, like, no, not enough barriers in the way, I don't think. So let's just move on. Kill someone else. Who's running? These two are pretty defended here. Just because they're kind of close to seeing each other. Don't see me. Thank you. Let's see if I can just skedaddle my way across here. Alright, that's the captain dead. One of them. Alright, but this guy's gonna be tough because he's kind of looking... No, not ladder. He's kind of looking this direction, and that's the way we have to approach from. So how are we gonna do that? Unless he turns away. Perfect. Yes, come out this way. Let me... Why did you not critical assassinate? Oh, because I didn't have enough juice. You fight this guy to get my juice so I can crit assassinate again. You saw nothing. You heard nothing. I didn't even realize that critical assassinations required a bar of the resource. So I was just doing crit assassination on everyone. Because I was like, why not? Does double damage, might as well. But evidently if I can hit him with a non-critical and still kill them, I probably should. Alright, but even the crit isn't enough for this guy. But that's fine. This is the guy we're here to kill, so... Man, but look at the damage compared to the damage against the higher level guys. They just have so much armor when they're higher level. Alright. Yeah, there's a seal. So it can be any polymark from any fort in any region. So if I had killed that guy in the higher level area, he probably would have dropped one. Oh, hi. Luckily, everyone in this fort is apparently deaf, so none of them can hear us. Why are you going up? Why are you going around the ladder? Through the door. That is all I ask of you. Let's do one of these. Just so we don't walk through his line of sight. Somehow. Don't ask me how we were able to get to that guy without walking through the other guy's line of sight. We just did. Because, you know, that's how physics works. Alright, now he's gonna go check out the area. Oh no, he's just ignoring it. Got that guy. Now we could take out two of these guys with ranged sneak attacks. And then just brawl with the rest. Me? I did nothing. You have no proof.
We need to check that body.
You need to check nothing. How about you check the underworld for his soul? Then you can ask him who killed him.
I'll find them.
For the two gods!
Man, these guys are oblivious. There's only that guy left, I think. Yeah. Alright, good. Oh, bounty hunter. Well, that's also good. We just sneak up behind him. Stab him in the butt. Critical stealth attack. I like your armor. Can I have that armor?
You will pay well.
Killing me will not pay well. I don't even have that much of a bounty. But that is very cool looking armor. There we go. Give me your stuff. Alright. Now we can go around and grab the rest of the loot. Closest of which would be down here. Where is it? I guess it's upstairs? No. I guess it's in this building? Yeah, it's over there. Hard to tell where this stuff is sometimes. Alright, and then that's up this way. Let's see. So there's 3 treasures. Why can you not climb this? Alright, I guess we're climbing around. Nope. You can't even... Wait, you are moving. Okay, you were moving. Alright, just climb upwards. Thank you. So I don't know where the 3rd chest is. Oh, it's over there again. Okay. This one... Be right down this ladder. And then we still have war supplies as well. Some up here. We hold T, grab the loot, and smack the stuff. It doesn't burn it properly. There we go. Right, I should probably just be throwing it at him, just because that is more guaranteed. Alright, now where's this one? It's over in that tower. Okay. Already grabbed the stuff from here. Good. Then there's one over there. Let's just head around the wall here and get to this treasure. Lavender, you say. What do I use that for? Alright, loot. And one last war supply and we should be good here. Then for the quest, we'll need to find another fort that is under Spartan control, which shouldn't be hard. Great. Fort is done. Grab all their money. And we still have a bounty, which is good. Is that another? Yeah. Always want to get those weapon things, even though they don't usually have very good weapons in them. Still, you know, probably can sell for good money. Ow. Alright, well, I was thinking we were gonna complete the quest and then end the stream. I think I'm gonna end it there, just because, I mean, I would need to clear an entire another fort. And I don't exactly know where the next fort will be, because it needs to be in a place low enough level. I don't think Kefalonia has any. No. This place, I've already cleared all the forts, but I guess I might have uncleared at some point. I don't know. That was, you know. So yeah, we'll need to find another fort in another Spartan area that I haven't already cleared, because I kind of clear the forts as I go. I didn't expect there to be a quest that just told us, hey, go clear Spartan forts, because why would I expect that to happen? But we'll figure out the next fort next time, and we'll finish up that quest. So I'll see you guys in the next one, which won't be tomorrow. I'll be busy doing some other stuff tomorrow, which is Tuesday, but on Wednesday I will be back to it. So I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.